The Buildings, Food Service, and Transportation Committee for Tuesday, July 15, 2025 is now called to order. For the record, present today are myself, chairperson, and Mr. Voisin, member. Other board members present, Dr. Cloche, Mr. Ford, Mr. Lagarde, and Mr. Crowders. Also here is Mr. Bubba Ogeron and his staff. Number 2, invocation and pledge of allegiance. Please stand. Father, please be with us tonight as we discuss and make decisions for our school system. Grace us with the patience to listen to others with the words that best represent the needs of our students and their parents, with the wisdom and strength to make the best decisions needed to further our system and their interests. In the blessed name of Jesus, we ask. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Item number 3, consideration or approval of a proposal received for kitchen equipment repair services.
I think it is.
Ms. Dugal will be explaining, helping us to understand this one. The committee recommends that the board approve and accept the proposal for kitchen equipment repair services from Michael Blanchard Incorporated, 314 South Hollywood Road, Houma, Louisiana, 70360, beginning August 6, 2025 through June 30th, 2026, with 4 one-year options to renew the contract, funds to be derived from Child Nutrition Fund.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Voisin, second by myself. Ms. Dugas.
You guys have any questions?
I just have one question that struck me at home, that why is this a proposal and not a bid?
These are services, so services, you're not required to do a bid. You could do a request for proposals.
Okay, that's from those list of people we've already approved to do services?
This one, we advertise it as it's basically like a public bid. You go through the same advertisement requirements, a little bit different, but you can evaluate them on other criteria besides just price.
Okay, thank you. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Any other board members?
If I recall, we had a separate bid about a year ago for the fire extinguishing and the kitchen, the hoods. Is this separate, or is this going to include that as well?
That one's separate.
Okay.
That one we renewed for the year. That one will advertise next spring.
Okay, just want to make sure. Thank you.
You're
Any
welcome.
other board members? Anyone public? Any objections? None heard, so ordered. Number 4, again, Ms. Dugas, the committee recommends that the board approve and accept the proposal for refrigeration equipment repair services from Michael Blanchard Incorporated, 314 South Hollywood Road, Houma, Louisiana, 70360, beginning August 6, 2025, and ending June 30, 2026, with 4 one-year options to renew the contract, funds to be derived from Child Nutrition Fund.
So moved.
So moved, Mr. Voisin, second by myself. Anyone public? Same thing goes here.
Same thing.
Any other, Ms. Voisin?
Nope.
Any other board members? Any objections? None heard, so ordered. Number 5, consideration of approval to authorize the purchasing department to advertise for bids on whiteboards and bulletin boards. The committee recommends that the board approve and authorize the purchase department to advertise for bids for whiteboards and bulletin boards in response to Hurricane Ida.
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Voisin, second by myself. Any public? Mr. Voisin.
Amen.
Any other board members? Any objections? None heard, so ordered. Thank you. Next one is Mr. Bruce, and we are working on the Lewis Miller. Number 6, the committee recommends that the board approve and accept change order number 1 for the Lewis Miller Terrebonne Career Center High School Building Repair Project in response to Hurricane Ida in the amount of $36,505.60. additional roof and gutter repairs, and increase contract time by 207 days from January 1, 2025 to July 27, 2025. Funds to be derived from FEMA reimbursement funds in the amount of $32,855.04, and local funds $3,650.56, and further authorize the board president or superintendent to sign all necessary documents pertaining thereto.
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Voisin, second by myself. Mr. Voisin? Anybody have any other?
I do.
Before I do, you have a question?
Yeah, 207 days seems like a really long time for roof and gutter repairs. Maybe you could give us a little more
The
information.
major part of that was the school board's request to push the work into the summer versus having to work while the kids were on
I
campus.
guess we can't complain about that, can we? All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Good answer. Any other board members? Any public? Any objections? None heard, so ordered.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, y'all too easy.
We good, huh?
Yeah, yes.
I'll just stay here.
And you are net number 7 as well, sir. The committee recommends that the board approve and accept the lowest bid received, meeting all specifications for the Cotobai Blue Elementary School security vestibule from Freetown Builders LLC, 517 Amarillo Drive, Houma, Louisiana, in the amount of $434,000, and establish a total project budget in the amount of $481,230.48, funds to be derived from the building fund, and further authorize the board president or superintendent to sign all necessary documents pertaining thereto.
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Voisin, second by myself. Anybody public? Mr. Voisin?
Yeah.
Any questions? Any other board members have any questions for our friend here? No? Any objections? We good.
All right, thank y'all so much.
Good night.
Number 8. Item number 8, that would be Mr. Frank Thompson with Thompson, Luke and Associates. The committee recommends that the board approve and accept change order number 2 for the Cotobai Blue Elementary School HVAC replacement project in the amount of $26,561.82 for mechanical modifications associated with the security project, and to add a 5/8-inch mold and mildew resistant gypsum board on the corridor side, only on existing wood studs. Funds to be derived from the building fund, and further authorize the board president or superintendent to sign all necessary documents pertaining thereto.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Voisin, second by myself. Excuse me. Any question, Mr. Voisin?
No, ma'am.
Any public? Any other board members? Any objections? None good? None so ordered? Number 9, Mr. Sammy Watson. The committee recommends that the board issue a notice to proceed to Volute Incorporated for the Evergreen Junior High School Lighting Retrofit Project, funds to be derived from the Louisiana Public Service Commission through the Louisiana Public Service Commission statewide energy efficiency program for public entities, and further authorize the board president or superintendent to sign all necessary documents pertaining thereto.
So moved.
It's moved by Mr. Voisin, second by myself. Now, I might have a couple of questions, Mr. Voisin.
No, ma'am.
Any public? Tell me about this public education energy efficiency program public entities. They're paying for all of this?
Yes, they are. It's not costing us anything. Ms. Bro and her group has secured these grants. We did it at Oaklawn, and we're getting it here at Evergreen also.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for the work that y'all put to
They
get
did a
this
great job getting that
together.
secured.
Thank you. Any other board members? Any objections, or did I ask for public? Okay. None heard? Oh, Mr. Orgeron
I
has
want
something.
to just echo what Sammy said. Thank you all for doing a fine job securing this. And if you hadn't seen Oaklawn's lighting, it's worth a look.
We love it when we got something
And
costing, it's not costing
It
any
makes a
money.
tremendous difference having upgraded lighting. in
That's
classrooms.
great work.
Tremendous, so we're
Thank
thankful to
you.
do this for Evergreen as well.
Moving on to number 10, Mr. Beard.
Good evening. How are y'all doing today? All right. Since our last meeting, the auditorium ceiling has been completed. Grid is in place, ceiling tiles in place, ductwork is in, registers, lights. They're doing the final tie-ins to the electrical above the ceiling from the catwalks. The infamous scaffolding that has filled up that auditorium for the past couple of months is on its way down and out the door. They started that yesterday. Let's see, they've been continuing to insulate the chilled water lines, plumbing lines. Electricians are still working in the Entergy vault, doing the transfer from the old antiquated, extremely dangerous system to a newer, more safer system for the whole facility, which will actually allow the school board to go in. If they need to shut down one area, they can shut it down versus having to shut down the entire campus. That was one of the things we discovered when we went in and started digging and messing around with that Entergy vault. Let's see, we've also got fire alarm and data cables have been continually be pulled in the second floor areas and the first floor areas. The locker room for the football team, they are working in there right now, finalizing some paint. They are working on pulling electrical in there, getting the infrastructure in place for the fire alarm cables, in the hopes to have that turned over next month so that the football team can get back in an occupiable, won't be 100%, but it will be occupiable so that the football team can use the facility. Let's see, the windows have been completed as far as installation. On the front of the school, they've got to come back in and put some J-trim and put some flashing in, but the front of the school is completely sealed in, which is a good feeling. They have started on the back side, so it usually takes about 2 windows a day. They're trying to get that to 3, so you figure about 8 to 10 windows on one side, so you're looking at about a week's worth of work.
They're very nice.
Oh yeah, they look very, very good. Yes ma'am.
One question about the windows. With this system we have coming in, and then we don't expect it to be anything to be worried about as a wind event, but it's going to be a big rainmaker. So we're okay with this building's not going to be getting wet on the inside or anything.
The building
with
has
these windows going in.
No, with the windows have been in a standby stage for the past couple of months with temporary protection up that has done a very good job of maintaining and keeping all the water and weather out of the building. And that will be maintained for the areas that are not completed so that we do not get any further water intrusion.
Mr. Ford. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. President, do you have a question?
You can go first. I'll
Okay.
ask.
Well, I just want to reiterate, you told us last month that they were leaving the old original windows in and only replacing them one at a time, so the water should not get in the
Okay.
building, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. President.
You're talking about the windows in the front, and they're all up in the front. We are going to paint all of that, yeah, siding or tin.
That is part of the contract, is to go through, once everything's done, clean it and put a fresh coat of paint so everything looks uniform.
Okay, good. Because I've seen the windows and they look great, but again, yeah, it looks terrible as far as that goes. Also, we're still on track December so far?
As of right now, yes,
Okay,
sir.
good.
Nothing, the contractor has not indicated any further delays, anything else like that that would interfere or cause problem.
Okay.
As soon as I find something out or get official word, I will let y'all know. But right now, everything is still December 28th.
Good, thank you.
Any other board members?
No.
Mr. Howard?
Yeah, to retract, piggyback on the president comment. So actually, on January 1 or December, whatever it is, will be complete or more likely that when school open, that we probably have some little punch out lists that we need to take care of the knick-knack thing.
You will have a substantial completion, which gives them a 45-day period to complete punch lists and any small items that are left over. But it will not interfere with the school board coming in, moving desks in, moving furniture in, so that the students can start occupying.
Okay, I guess we're gonna ask that, so December is not a hard line, I guess it's a hard date, but there's still gonna be some lingering things that you probably have to do maybe sometime in January, maybe.
There will be, it's punch list items, which it goes through every project.
Okay.
Every school has it, where we've been able to work with the schools to where we can get the contractors in after school period hours or
Right.
weekends or something like that, so that they're not interfering with the students.
Okay, well, I think we all appreciate it, but I think that, my opinion is this, I would rather get it right than rush to meet a deadline. Follow what I'm saying?
Yes, sir?
You know, I prefer, you know, if you gotta take a little longer to do what you need to do, let's do that instead of rushing and not getting it right.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Mr. Wazan?
Yes, I don't think this is a question for you, maybe for Mr. Ogeron. What is, or maybe Mr. Sammy, what is the plan once it's completed to move everything back? Do we have a plan?
That's all in the works, yes, sir.
Okay, so that's gonna be,
It's from furniture to technology to teacher personal items, it's all being planned
so there's
out.
gonna be people to do all of that?
Yeah.
Okay. The reason I asked, I ran into a teacher, and I'm not gonna mention, and she says, how we're moving all this stuff? We have to move all these tables and desks? And I'm saying, no, yeah. So she was like, you're gonna pay us for that? I'm like, I said, there's a plan. I don't know what it is yet, but there's a plan, okay.
Staff here are taking care of that.
Okay, thank you so much, appreciate it.
Mr. Krause?
Sort of going along with what Mr. Harding, and I may be remembering, maybe it's a different school, but I thought we had talked about waiting for the school year, the fresh school year to start. That was not South Carolina?
No, sir.
What school was that, if y'all can remember?
The middle school.
The middle school. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, is there a need to try to rush there is?
Not a need, it's a want, strong want.
Gotcha.
It's for the kids who've never been in the building, we'd like to at least get them in there for half a year, experience South Carolina High School.
Okay.
So getting it at the midpoint would be just a nice way to let them just complete the senior year.
Yeah. Mr. Beard, the punch list that you're referring to, the little knick-knack things, that's stuff that's wouldn't interfere with the school day and
No, sir.
tests and having a bunch of noise and drills and hammers and stuff
No,
like
sir.
that?
Usually that's small touch-up paints,
Gotcha.
things like that. Occasionally you'll have a piece of equipment that something went haywire on it, like something just went faulty on it. That would be it. No loud noises or things like that that would impact the students.
If I could add to Mr. Cross, getting it finished, and this point well taken, Mr. Harding as well, getting it done right. But Christmas break is an ideal time. It gives us time to transition what Mr. Wazan asked about into the new building. It's a good 2-week period we can get it done. Outside of that, it'd be difficult.
Yeah.
You know, having a big chunk of time to get everything moved over. So that's a big reason to push.
That's all.
And it's gonna be during the Christmas break?
Yes, sir.
Y'all gonna hire people? I wonder if I can make some extra money.
Anyone else? Thank you, sir. And Mr. Beard, thank you again for your hard work. We appreciate it.
It's my pleasure, and, I'm here to do a job. I'm here to make sure y'all get the right product and everything done the correct way, so, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Item number 11, matter bearing upon update from local construction projects, various architects and engineers. Anyone we have in the house this evening?
Good evening. Let's start with the demolition of Ellender. As of right now, we have approximately 30 days to the completion of this contract. We have experienced some rain days during July, which he has requested additional time, but no monetary change. So we're going to run that through administration to see if that's going to be a hiccup. These days are in excess of what has been identified in the contract for him to plan for. So most often when contractors are doing their job, they're on site and they're producing the work that we expect them to do, we tend to want to work with them. With this tropical event coming, we've had him mobilized to the site, take any precautions to remove any loose debris, which is very little because most of it is just chunks of concrete and piling that they remove from the ground. But as of right now, the only thing that is remaining on the site is in the middle of the site, he maintains some of the existing concrete of the middle of the building and one of the classroom wings. And he did this in order for him to be able to work both the back and the front portions of the site without doing too much damage to the existing concrete at the existing drop-off. He has everything as far as all his fill on the site. He has a very small percentage of concrete to remove and some pilings to be identified, but outside of that, he's made very good progress, and I'm very pleased with what we're seeing. With that, the new design, as you all know, most of you know, we made a presentation to the board. And from that point, we have been focusing on narrowing down design elements to the building. About a month and a half ago, we started working with the preliminary concepts of what the structure would look like in key areas where we know height is an issue on the interior elevations of the building. We're working with finalizing building types as far as materials on interior walls, as in addition to refining the exterior design of the building. In fact, we met today with Dr. Marquita Grant to coordinate the last bit of the interior floor plan that we had, which is home ec. Most of these departments, just so you know, the school has been extremely involved with as far as providing us ideas and understanding and concept. A lot of these things, unfortunately, we're just not knowledgeable of. And so staff has been amazingly as involved as we could get them to help us understand so we can give a better product to the students, which I think ultimately is the overall goal. So I'm very thankful for all of them. I have 2 more meetings with faculty and staff to go over some designs that we've presented already to get feedback on. And from that point, we'll come back to you and show you where we are. We still we're still moving forward with a key element, which was that accent wall we talked about in the beginning when we did our presentation. And I'm working with 2 companies right now to hopefully come up with some design ideas that will be able to give you an insight of what we're thinking about. And hopefully you like it, and we can move forward with one of the 2 or 3 options. But we are making very good progress. We're in the process also of feeding administration some information for FEMA for their review. And hopefully we'll have what Adam requested as of our last meeting this week to him.
Mr. Ross, anything close?
No, thanks for everything you're doing. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Mr. Harding, any other board members? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good evening, board members. I just wanted to give you just a really brief update on the new middle school. Not a whole lot more to report from last month, but all the piles for the 2-story classroom wing are installed. They have begun driving piles for the middle of the 1st-story portion of the building. They hope to have all piles driven within 2 weeks prior to school starting. Fingers crossed, the weather permits. I'm not sure if any of you have driven by there recently, but we have a lot of piles that are meeting refusal at a much shallower depth than anticipated. Sort of looks like a forest of piles, like I like to call it. Sometimes the geotechs make recommendations that just exceed the necessary capacity requirements. So those piles have been analyzed and they meet capacity, right, required. So we're gonna go ahead and shorten the piles for the remaining portions of the building to 50 footers. Right now, they were trying to hammer in 65-foot long piles, and even with pre-drilling, we're still hitting capacity. So good news, you have really hard soil.
Right.
And we've come to learn through having discussions with Mr. Learet that the high school actually have 35-foot long piles. So we're good. We're going above and beyond, right? Once the pile driving is completed, the contractor can begin pouring the pile caps and forming up the grade beams and the floor slabs. The current goal is to have the concrete slab poured by the end of September. As a reminder, the contractor is documenting adverse weather conditions monthly. We have allotted 11 days for the month of June in the general conditions of the contract. This is based on anticipated average rainfall for the area according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, HOMA substation records. I wanted to fill y'all in on that because I didn't say that last time. There's a reason for the method of days that are included in their contract. The contractor has documented 7 adverse rain days for the month of June, so we have a total of 15 rain days delays documented so far. We are currently working with TOTD still to establish the new school zone and permit for new signs and flashing beacons, so we could take the existing zone and expand it, but still keep the existing beacons in place, sort of as a reminder at the midpoint of the school zone. And finally, we are continuing to coordinate with the school district and the school staff during this project and confirming that all building systems, products, finishes, colors are all to their liking prior to approving submittals from the contractor. So far, so good. And as a reminder, we got a 600-day construction contract with Thompson, and we're still looking at the end of December 2026 for completion. And if you have any other questions, problems, comments, let me know.
Nope.
Mr. Harden? Mr. Harden?
Okay.
I guess not. Any other board members? Mr. Krause?
So you said the high school, they were at 35 feet
Mhm.
piles, and we're going to 50?
We are. Well, originally the geotech had 65, and I will say I'm not having a successful collaboration effort with this particular geotech. Sometimes that happens, and lesson learned for future projects, right? And you lean more towards the consultants and the engineers that you know better and that you trust, and we can overwrite their recommendations. I mean, at the end of the day, we're liable, and I trust the structural engineer's opinion. Bado engineer has designed, I don't even know, hundreds of buildings in our parish, so I feel good about everything that's going on so far. We just gotta make sure that we don't get too much more rain, or we're gonna have some giant holes of where the pile caps are supposed to be poured, of pools of water.
The rain days they're not carried over into the next month, right? It's a month-to-month thing?
We track them month to month. We, as mentioned, we allot a certain amount of days in the specs, and they have to document, like through AccuWeather app. I think they use the AccuWeather app, and they have to prove to me that they had excessive rain days, and we're obligated to note that. And if, let's say, they end up having months delayed, then I would then come back to you and request a change order for a time extension. We're not there yet, but I feel obligated to let you know monthly on where we're at with that.
Any other board members? Ms. Dr. Kluger?
Just anecdotally, how much rain is considered excessive? A half inch, quarter inch?
Enough to delay the construction.
Okay, so there's no quantification of the amount of rain. So it could be just a light shower and they shut it down. And go.
If I know the contractors, they're not going to shut anything down with light rain, right? I'm thinking, dangerous conditions, we're obviously lightning. You got guys in cranes out there, right? I mean, I've seen them working in the rain, you
I
know.
was just wondering, just.
Yeah, no, I completely understand, and maybe that's something we should fine tune and revisit it, you know, in the general conditions on future contracts, you know, for the school district, for sure.
Yeah, I just didn't know if that was specified since AccuWeather's involved.
Mhm. I could be wrong, but I don't think there's enough details on that in their
Thank you.
contract.
And I have seen the filings, when I do come into town, which is not often unless it's a board meeting. But if I do come into town a few times a month, I always make a round through South Terrebonne and look at both buildings, and I have been, it kind of stopped me. I said, wow, that's a lot.
I know, and I don't want anybody to think that the school's elevated that high. It is.
But I'm responsible for getting those in the ground.
But the good news is what you see is the whole two-story wing, right? So we're making progress. It just looks a bit silly. And again, like I said, sometimes you hire a consultant that gives you recommendations that you don't necessarily agree with, and you have to make an executive decision that's best for the owner and for the schedule of the project and such. And that's what we're doing.
Thank you. Anyone else? Mr. Board.
I kind of wanted to say this when Craig was up here as well, but I just want to encourage you guys to, when you're doing the design and the finished product, it's going to have your name on it. It doesn't matter who the board members are that approved it. It doesn't matter who the administrators are that were giving input. I like our input. I like administrators' input. But at the end of the day, 20 years from now, they're going to look back and see who designed this building, who made it nice. So make it as colorful as you feel. It needs to be. Make it as ergonomic as you feel it needs to be, because our time here is short, and some board members won't even be on the board anymore by the time that job is finished, or they'll be leaving. So yes, take our input, but take it with a grain of salt. Do what you feel is best for the building, for the district, for the parish. Mike, you can make all the faces you want, but I'm just saying, at the end of the day, my name is not going to be on that building. Your name will. At the end of the day, Craig's name is going to be on the building. This is your finished product, something for you to be proud of, something for this district and the people to be proud of. So don't take any shortcuts with that. You know, give us what you want to see and let us go from there. Like, I don't want y'all to cut it short just because you feel like somebody on this board may have a problem with the color choice that you make. Because at the end of the day, 6 years from now, 8 years from now, none of us are going to be on here anyway to make that, you know, to even make an argument about it. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Thank you, Michelle.
All right, welcome.
Hey, good evening, everyone. I just wanted to give you a quick update on both Upper Little Caillou Elementary and Grand Caillou together. Remember, these two are tracking together. Designs are very similar. We've pushed our designs on both. Both Merlin and I have pushed the designs on both as far as we can go. Where we are right now is a very similar report that I had last month, in that we've been communicating back and forth with FEMA to get final approval on the plan. I think we've probably gone through, I don't know, I'm going to say 5 rounds of comments, questions, and answers back and forth. Our last round of answers or responses was presented to FEMA back on June 23rd, I believe. And so they're reviewing it right now. I understand they have a meeting on Thursday. Adam will correct me if I'm wrong, but we're hoping that we get lots of good news out of the Thursday meeting. That's yet to be seen, but we're kind of at that point where we can't push any further without approval. We don't want to risk any sort of fund jeopardy by not doing what FEMA's instructing us. So it's not much of a report, unfortunately, but hopefully after Thursday, or let's say after the weekend, we'll have some better news to proceed with. But that's kind of where we are with both of those.
And we thank you for that. We'll take anything we can get.
Right. I know everybody's anxious to get it moving, and so are we. So I'm hoping we get good news
Bringing it
this
up
week.
at the board, at the committee meetings, just keeps it alive for everybody.
Yes, ma'am.
And that is a very positive thing.
Thank
you. Mr. Walter.
So after this meeting and it's approved, what's the next step?
we'll be able to finalize our plans at that point. You all saw, I think it may have been back in February when we presented our design. So since that time, we've pushed the documents a little further, but where we are now is any further, if the plan if FEMA forces us to modify the plans, it affects a lot of downstream drawing. So we're trying to be as efficient about this as we can. But it's the same design that we saw back in February, and here we are in July. So that's been our 5-month journey with FEMA responses and answers. The next step will be, depending on the level of, I don't want to say changes, but the level of input that FEMA's going to have. And I mentioned last month that they're questioning now things like the square foot of a walk-in cooler freezer compared to what the original 1971 school had. So that's the level of minutia that they're scrutinizing these plans at right now. So depending on their comments, we hope they're minor and it's just quick plan changes and off we go. But I'll continue every month to come keep you posted on those.
So we can't come up, I mean, we can't figure at this time when something is going to start happening on the grounds because of waiting. Is that kind of where we are?
Depending on the Thursday meeting, if it's primarily good news, I can adjust the schedule now based on whatever feedback we get from FEMA. And I'll provide that to staff to share with everyone. But I'll certainly come back next month with updates as we learn them.
Just, again, somebody from the community says, when's it going to start? I said,
We ask the same question.
I know, and it's just, but I understand. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything from you, Mr. Barr?
Okay,
Any
yeah.
other board members?
Right.
Again, I thank you.
Great.
You
Thank
have
you.
my phone number, let me know.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. I know you have mine, so thank you.
Thank you.
Whoa. Good afternoon, board members. I just want to update a little bit more on South Terrebonne. I know Gary did a good job of giving y'all, but just to go a little bit further, we are in the final stages of modifying the drawings and the plans for installing 3 more modular buildings and replacing the 4 portables that were on the side of the auditorium that got demoed from the project. We're finalizing the foundation and the plans of that. We got the quotes. We have a final meeting Friday morning with staff to go over everything on that. Contractor is going to be giving us a price to do the foundation. With it's going to be one double portable or modular with 2 restrooms in it, with 2 classrooms and 1 single. The contractor is also on the auditorium. He started this week closing in the soffit around the perimeter to close off. Like Gary said, the interior work is almost, a lot of it's complete. They're taking down the scaffolding, but the soffit on the exterior was still open, so he's working on that, closing that up with some dense glass and things of that sort. The electrical, like he said, is getting completed, the main transformer installation and all that. And superintendent told me today that he's hoping on Monday that the power to the temporary power we have right now running part of the campus is going to start coming offline, so that we're going to be putting the building back on permanent power. Mainly the new gym, we have that on a generator on itself right now to keep the building conditioned for humidity control and things of that sort. So he's hoping that's going to come off online on Monday. So everything is moving pretty good from that aspect. I mean, we got that kind of under control from there now. So other than that, I just wanted to touch a couple things that Gary maybe forgot to mention. So if you have any questions, I'll answer any questions.
Any other board members? I'll just be glad when we can stamp those modulars with return to sender.
Yeah, right. I understand, yeah.
And put our kids back in the building.
Right. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any other architects, engineers? If not, we're going to return to number 12, maintenance update by Mr. Paulson.
All right, I got a few updates, what's going on. Terrebonne and South Terrebonne football fields, we have field maintenance going on with those. We had them try to do that once a year, keep them safe for everybody to play on. That's happening right now. They did Terrebonne today, they're doing South Terrebonne tomorrow. Hopefully, they can beat the weather. I can't believe we're even thinking about this weather again, but at Oaklawn, we added a handicap bathroom in the special needs area. Miss Rose, I know a lot of y'all know Miss Rose. She's got that, and she has her own bathroom. Before, she had to leave from the building and take kids to another part of the building just for them to use the restroom. So we added that in, got it closed in. That came out great there. The restrooms in the 100 hall at Oaklawn, they're redoing them. That came out great. I don't know if y'all been in there and seen that. Compared to what it was, it looks real good. Same thing with the gym. They're going to be starting the gym bathrooms also. The gym itself is just about complete. We just got those bathrooms to finish up, and that's going to look like a brand new gym. Cotopaxi Blue, they should start up the ACs probably this week or next week. They'll be running. That's all coming along good. We did an assistant principal's office at Acadian too. Moved her, I guess, from the front to the back building, so she'd have somebody in the back. At the back of your packets, Dr. Cloutier had requested a sheet. Did y'all get to look at that, or y'all, is that satisfactory, what y'all were looking for?
Yeah, thank you very much. This is exactly what I was looking for. At least for me, from a month-to-month basis, I can see what we're spending on maintenance, and it'll give me an idea if it's staying level, dollar-wise. I mean, the graph you had before was excellent in terms of showing the areas you were working at, but I didn't have a way to quantify it mentally.
Yeah.
And so this gives me that ability to do that.
You know, Ms. Bro and Ms. Fletcher sat down and came up with this
Beautiful job.
just for you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, indeed, good job. Anyone else? Thank you, Mr. Salmon.
Thank you.
Item 13, being that be no more business to be brought before the Building, School Service, and Transportation Committee, and without objection, the meeting is adjourned.